the business today. Fuck shit is business today. Watching the J. PP in jail. Push out the closet today. The tablet of acid today. The joints with the matches and ashes away. Stir away, dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
During a patient of breath, we are the pain and trust. Crooked at work, cooking the curses of slurs. Smoking my brain in the mud. I became famous for blaming the fuck. Naming my way through the brush. There was no train entertainment of me and my bruh. Look like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers pair. That went to jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then went to hell, discovered the devil, just give us some hurt and despair. Use that out as a push. Now I'm going to the push. Only I'm burning the bush. Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. We wanna over and out of this bitch. Woo!
Stepping in the spotlight.
Woo! Woo!
Coughing the buffers and diamonds get done. I'm in a rush to be numb. Dropping 1,000 ain't much. Come from the clouds on a missile to turn us so tight in the dust. Don't make the sound, maybe hush. I am the living straight bird on the mic, I'm a slut. I don't know how to not spit like a loud. I spill a pound on my kids on her couch.
Half of Mongol mythical team, feeling the treacherous stream. Legend says Ella to spawn out of hell. The myth is my mama's a murderous queen. Go like an like a godfather one. You get the gun as I Christian my son. If I did a day and it's hell I should pay, tell the Lord like he said fuck it was fun.
Every new record's my dick in a box. We get a doozy to moolah the lock. You're getting used to me doing no wrong. I don't play drinking, you prick, I'm a fox. You wanna kick it, I'll give you the rocks. You can still worship a blade if you fall. I'm fucking magic, in fact I'm a war like a dog. I got a unicorn on butt. Woo! Woo! Stepping in the spotlight.
Woo!
And the crowd goes DTP. 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 DTP.
Aaron. Woo. What's up, guys? My name is Mike Levin. I'm one of the co-hosts of this podcast, and I'm also a television writer for the show Perfect Harmony. And so, thank you. And so what we're gonna do is in a second we're gonna show the trailer, because it's good and you should watch it. And Spike makes you listen to like WIP shit, so I get to do this shit for some time. But before we do that, we're gonna do a video because my boss let me take off for this crazy thing. And so we're gonna do a very Philly chant of chanting, "Thank you, Leslie." And I'm gonna send it to my boss and hopefully she is less, whatever, you know. This is a really dumb reason to take off. So here we go. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the trailer. Perfect Harmony, Thursdays at 8:30 on NBC or Hulu or NBC.com.
If there is a reason for me to keep on living, send me a sign. This will not be the last thing that I hear on Earth. That was quite a bender you were on, Art.
Arthur, how do you know my name?
Arthur Cochran, chair of Princeton's music department.
I'm retired.
We're getting ready for a choir competition. We need your help.
Amazing.
This is as loud as you get?
Stand up straight. I need to hear you.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Don't do that. Matthew McConnell, you don't need to puff out your chest like you're signaling your wife you're ready to mate.
Ex-wife.
Papers ain't signed yet.
You can't stop staring at her. Why don't you ask her out?
If I'm not honest with my feelings, I won't be honest with my music.
What's Eat Me D?
Close your eyes. Fire in the belly. You bring this to choir practice, we have a shot at winning.
Rising up, back on the street.
You slouch. It's caused by fear of confrontation, which is why you stayed married to a man who crossed the line. Maybe he lost all your money or let a snake loose in the house.
Did you read my diary?
I wrote it. Life is short. Let's use this precious time to make some beautiful music. You're singing the wrong part. You're an alto.
I've never sung alto.
Things change as women get older.
The you say?
Please rise and take your hat off. In honoring of Camden, New Jersey's own Tess Lobel, as she sings Imagine the Process.
Imagine there's no process. It's easy if you try. No Joel, no Dario, no watching Simmons fly. Imagine all the traffic wasted on this guy. Imagine there's no TJ. It isn't hard to do. There's no Robert Covington and no Pig Swap 2. Imagine all the 8 seeds wasting life away. You may say he was a tanker, hey, but he's not the only one. Ooh, I hope someday we join us. And no more trades for fake number ones. Imagine there's no assets and no cap room too. Here in Doug Collins' postgame, the shortest view in the room. Imagine one more second watching Spencer Hawes. You may say he was a tanker, but he's not the only one. Hey, I hope someday he will join us. And no more trades for fake number ones.
Tesla Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Say the name! Say the name! Say the name! We were right.
We were right, sure. We was right. Wrong all along.
We were right.
We were right, sure. We was right. Say the name. Say the name.
We were right.
We were right, sure. All along they were wrong.
We were right.
We was right.
We were right.
We were right, sure. We was right. Say the name. Say the name. Say the name.
Say the name! Say the name! Say the name, motherfucker, say the name! The rise to Ricky Sanchez forever.
What the fuck is up, Franklin Music Hall?
Wow.
Welcome to the Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast. My name is Spike Eskin, along with a guy who has a heart and texted me very early in the morning to let me know that he was on time for his flight.
That's right.
That is Mike Levin.
Wow.
How you feeling, buddy?
Kind of can't believe they let us back here.
Again. I said it last time we were here. I saw a bunch of bands that none of you are going to think are cool when I mention it to say that I saw here.
Probably true.
But I saw Tool when I was like 19 right here.
One for one.
I saw Limp Bizkit twice.
3 for 3.
I saw Slipknot 2 times.
Batting 1,000.
Fall Out Boy, Dashboard
That's
Confessional.
okay. That's better. No, that's good.
And true story, the first date my wife and I ever had, we sat right up there and we saw Paramore, who I don't even like. But in the name of the date, I did it. So welcome to the 4th live Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast here at Franklin Music Hall. We have a big show, Mike.
It's cool. We've been teasing the special guest for a while, but
There's a special guest.
I think you guys are gonna like it.
Yeah, I think so. And then there's the regular guest, which is just Mike Scott gonna be here.
Yes. Also, just wanted to shout out how good the Paul Green Rock Academy band is.
Oh my God!
Unreal.
So the band probably doesn't know, but like every third day I would text Paul and I was like, they're gonna be good, right? And he's like, yes, they're gonna be good. It was wonderful. And the rendition of Imagine the Process, Eliza Hardy-Jones would be very proud.
So good. So good.
Just so proud. And doing Amos and the Chefs, we was right. First ever live performance before Amos ever performed it. So
it's yours
so
now.
Thank you guys.
You can take credit for that.
So we sit here, and before we get going with the show, what's amazing, the timing of this, it is the last Friday before the Sixers report to training camp. A Friday before, we started this podcast 6.5 years ago. And we embarked on 3 of the worst years to everybody else. To us, it was fucking awesome. I actually kind of missed it. But we embarked on 3 of the worst record years in NBA history. And right here, Mike, on the Friday before training camp starts, the Sixers are the favorite in the Eastern Conference.
That's right. It's been a ride, and I as much as I want to say we're responsible for that,
we are a little bit.
I think we are. I think we're also responsible for the bad stuff.
Well, Colangelo deserved it. Let's all just,
well, that.
Yeah.
We'll get into Retweet Armageddon with Ike Reese.
Yeah.
We really brought that on ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I want to drill down that we were responsible for both the good things and the bad things.
Well, if it wasn't for Markel Fultz forgetting how to shoot, we would have never gotten Al Horford.
That's right.
And for almost a decade now, we've all been talking about how much we appreciate the fact that he passes up a good shot for a great shot. It's amazing.
What's better than good?
Yeah, great.
That's right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kick this off with something we've been promising is the Big Barker dog bed promotion.
Yeah. Who wants to be
There's Rebel.
Who wants to be a dog?
My dog is so good looking. He is. So right there are two Big Barker dog beds. As you'll see, they support your joints.
Look how supported your joints would be.
Yep.
On stage at the Franklin Music Hall, pretending to be a dog for an hour.
And you're going to be standing right there when Mike Scott comes out. He's going to see two people on a dog bed.
That's what you want.
Ike Reese was in the fucking Pro Bowl, and he's going to be standing right there. But anyway, so I didn't want to put a Big Barker thing anywhere because I figured after last year you would know it. So here's the thing. There is one seat in this place where on the front left leg, near the middle of your chair, there is some duct tape and a plastic bottle cap. If that is there, you and one other person can come sit on stage.
Who's got it?
Who's got it?
There's a lot of digging.
Some duct tape.
There's rummaging.
On the left thing.
I hear a lot of commotion.
Just on the left thing, some tape.
Who's got it?
It's legitimately, it was definitely...
This couldn't be going better.
Yeah.
Exactly
how right on the left
we
thing,
dreamt it.
on
What
your
don't you
left.
understand about the left thing? Hey, we got somebody!
Do you want to bring anybody? You can bring one person.
Who wants? The friend doesn't seem to want to come, but he's coming anyway.
Oh, come on, get up here.
And
Just go
of course,
stage right.
the reluctant friend, true to form,
You
has
have
a
to
man
do
bun.
it. Go over there. Go over there.
This way. This way. Yeah.
Well, the day I was born, the nurses all gathered round, and gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up. She said, "Leave this one alone." Yeah, she could tell right away that I'm bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone. Ooh, bad, ooh, bad, ooh, bad, bad to the bone. I took 1,000 eyes before I met you, and I took 1,000 more, baby, before I am through. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours alone, yeah, I can tell you.
All right.
Oh my God, your joints.
How do they feel? This is Chris and
It
Ben
is comfy, isn't it?
reclining,
Just lay down. There you go.
supported,
Oh, come on.
like they've never been supported before.
BigBarker.com/Ricky is where you get it. So something happened last year in the first couple of weeks of the season that made me very sad and made everyone mad at me because I was so sad about it.
Yeah.
The Sixers traded Dario Saric and Robert Covington for one Jimmy Butler.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is going to go great. So I wrote a poem about Jimmy Butler, and I'm wondering if you would like to hear it. Don't say Howard. The fuck, man? 43, I've been running from that my whole life. It's my podcast. Anyway, so I like to do sort of a call and response thing on this. And I know there's some kids in the audience, but when you say a bad word this time, it's cool. It's not going to be held against you. Whatever your parent says, it's cool. So the way this is going to work is when I say, oh, you can put the thing up. Put it up. There we go. All right. When I say good riddance, you guys are going to say fuck off. All right, so let's practice it. Good riddance. Yes. There we go. I tried to tell you all none of this was a shock. I knew it was a mistake when they traded Rock for fucking Jimmy Butler, the newest kid on the block, an egomaniacal man baby who couldn't hold Rocco's jock. Good riddance. Yes! There's nothing better than being right, I'm telling you. All right. Sorry, it felt so good. With country music and a minivan, in came this dork. While I was crying on the internet, everyone was popping a cork. We finally have a winner, that's what they said. But I knew we got a big old loser who's fucked up in the head. Jimmy Butler, good riddance. He pissed off everyone with the Bulls and made Karl Anthony Towns want to leave. He wanted to keep his stat line full. He makes me want to heave. He thinks he's a superstar, but we all know what's real. He's not a top 10 player. He's more like 10 spots behind Brad Beal. Jimmy Butler, good riddance. Yes! Congrats, Jimmy, you got paid. But everyone knows you're no Dwayne Wade. Soon enough, you'll wish you stayed. Have fun in Miami watching your career fade. You'll be 7th in the East, and we'll be 6 spots higher. We'll be trying to win a ring while you'll be trying to retire. Waiters, Olenek, and an old has-been Pat Riley. It'll be such a mess. You'll be watching past his prime Dragic instead of watching TJ's full court press. Jimmy Butler, we all know for you, this is as good as it gets, is hitting a game winner in late November in a regular season game against the Nets. Jimmy Butler, good riddance. Thank you.
The J, the I, the M, the N, the Y, the J, the I, the M,
Wow. Some people use poetry for love. I use it for disdain. And that's how I am.
I'm just so impressed we have a band.
I know. It's wild.
It's crazy. It
So-
really eats up the time that I would be using to say dumb shit.
Well, it's your turn to say some dumb shit.
That's
because
right.
It is time to give away some shit from kinetic skateboarding with a contest.
A contest. Okay, so I need...
Wait. It's a new song. Oh yeah, it's still going.
Very funky. This is my first time hearing it.
Yeah. So true story. Amos Lee texted me one day and he was like, yo, me and the chef made a Get Off My Gold song. I didn't even ask him to do it. He's the best.
I love him.
Yeah.
And I'm deeply worried about him.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's gone. He's long gone.
So I need a volunteer
To win some kinetics.
to win some kinetic skate shop merch, and I would prefer someone who has been with us for a long time. Some OG, lot of knowledge situation.
There's a lot of cowards in the house.
Holding up an Eagles hat's not going to do it. Let's see. Who's wearing some Ricky merch? Stand up if you're wearing Ricky merch. You want to do it? Let's see it. All right. Wait, is that Amos? There's someone that just looks like Amos.
No, Amos is supposed to be here. Well, he's not
That's
trying
not-
to win the contest.
That's not him. Okay.
No,
You
no.
look too much like Amos says.
Yeah.
All right, the guy in the Sam Hinkie shirt.
Oh,
There you go.
The lottery party.
Come on up.
Go stage right. Jack will meet you over there.
Okay. Do
There we go.
do we have the kinetic stuff? Oh, you're holding the kinetic stuff.
Yeah, I'm holding the kinetic stuff. Do you want me to show what it is, or you want to wait till the end? Or?
Show what it is.
So I bought this the other day. It is the Band in Delaware kinetic skateboarding shirt. It's 100% cotton, which I'm normally against.
Wow.
But this is very soft, very stretchy.
Huge. Where are we going? Who's our guy? And what do we got here? Looks like a sweatshirt.
Kinetic hoodie.
People like a hoodie. Fall's coming. And
Kinetic skateboard deck.
a deck.
I swear, Jack takes him in the back and gives him a tour. It's not that far.
You can stand right there.
I hate
right
when
there, yeah.
people don't hustle.
All right, so this is John. John, say hi.
Hey, everybody.
How long have you been listening to the podcast?
Since the beginning.
The beginning. Before it had a title?
Right around.
Around then, okay. All right, so we're going to start off, because I'm doing the Process Hall of Fame speech for Brian Colangelo's Burners. We're going to start off with some I'm going to rip through some quick burner questions.
All right.
And if you get it right, we'll give you the shit.
All right.
All right, legend has it that the Sixers conducted such a rigorous interview process to replace Sam Hinkie as GM that they met with how many candidates, before ultimately deciding on Brian Colangelo, who honestly, they didn't even realize was related to Jerry Colangelo when they hired him. Total coincidence. John, how many?
75.
75 is correct. Very good. Okay. Who was this Eric Jr. tweet directed at?
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
I sat next to you and this person at Beijing Olympics and saw you both being rude nasty to little kid fan. Had to eat your pizza.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
That's correct. Really good. Very nice. Okay. What did Eric Jr. and enough unconed sources both say they would use to help them inflict violence on Joel Embiid? It's not the thing that they would injure him with, it's the thing that the method that they would use to do it. They would step onto this thing to achieve similar size. That's okay. The answer was a medium-sized ladder. Not too big. That'd be crazy. You couldn't go up a couple steps. Okay, those were those. How many more questions do you want me to do? 3. 3 more questions. Name the 2 international players whose rights the Sixers traded to Sacramento in the pick swap trade. The 2 international players never played a game in the NBA.
Arturas Gudaitis.
That's one.
And Luka Mitrovic.
That's right! Wow. He got it. Huge. John.
Get more questions. This guy's fucking amazing.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Have you been to many lottery parties?
Quite a few.
Quite a few. What was the location of the lottery party at which Vlade Divac was cheered?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's correct. He jumped that one. Okay. Final question. Might be too easy. I'm giving it to you.
Go ahead.
Because you've been doing good. What is the term that I use to describe Dario Saric work in the post?
Clumpy flumping.
Clumpy flumping is correct! John, you get it all! You get it all, John! What a win! The hoodie, the shirt, the deck. Do you skateboard? You will now!
You better learn, buddy. Get some trucks and decks and grip tape. No other way. No other way. Other way. Or other way. Just go, yeah. Those are kids.
Pass the dog bed guys, not the
Yeah,
band.
they're like 15.
Crazy.
So inappropriate. All right, you guys ready for some content?
Content.
So, actually, before the content, we have to take a
Hold
break.
it, hold your horses. We've gone too far with the content.
It's a tease.
You guys thought this was
Right
a Sixers
after
podcast.
our sponsor, Bill Simmons.
of The Ringer Podcast Network. We have new podcasts we're announcing exclusively today at Live Ricky 4. Genius Corner with Malcolm Gladwell. Every week, the smartest guy I know, Malcolm Gladwell, asks the questions that other geniuses are afraid to ask. Is underwear necessary? Should basketball have a 1-point line? Why aren't foot-long Subway subs $5 anymore? Is water overrated? Do dogs exist? Subscribe now on Apple, Spotify, Xtube, or wherever podcasts are found. But first, Pearl Jam.
Guy on the front row laughed a little too hard at X2.
Well, I mean, that was the shortest one he ever did.
Great job, Killing Cow.
Yeah, Killing Cow.
Keeping it brief.
Killing Cow. All right, are you guys ready for some content?
Content.
We did a vote, and now we do a thing every year that AU invented called the Process Hall of Fame. And of course, later on, we will induct TJ McConnell. Mike will take 27 minutes and induct Burnergate.
Strap in. Hope you pee early.
And 94 WIP's Joe Giglio and Ike Reese will induct Retweet Armageddon.
Yes.
Our best and worst moment.
Yep.
But before we do, we wanted to take some time to talk about some of the things that didn't get in this year that we love and that will get in subsequent years.
Because it's a tight vote.
Yeah, it was a tight vote. First one, we went to visit him last year in Minnesota, Mr. Robert Covington.
A lot of Cov jerseys on the Wolves.
Yeah,
which I like.
In the process, I think he was the first guy in the entire thing that I was like, fuck yes.
Mine was Hollis.
Yes, yeah. Well, in an early podcast, I remember saying, like, one of our little arguments was like, I'd keep Covington over Michael Carter-Williams. And at the time, it was a debate. And now here we are. So Robert Covington, one of the key examples of the process, without us doing what we did here in Philadelphia, a guy like him maybe doesn't get a shot to play as much as he did.
Yeah.
It was amazing to see a guy who could shoot on the Sixers.
Yeah, because there weren't
No.
any of those. It was like Elliot Williams and assistant coach Aaron McKee.
Yeah. He would come out on the court and the shot would go in and I would be like, what is this? A
Crazy.
three-pointer. So give a big hand for eventual Process Hall of Fame inductee Robert
Covington. Yeah.
I love that dude, man.
Another guy, and in addition to the people that we're about to talk about, who deeply felt you guys like having his back.
Yeah, for sure. Except for when you booed him every time he played basketball.
But that wasn't them.
Yeah. The next one was the confetti game.
Sure.
Oh, man.
There's so it's yin and yang. Something funny and ridiculous and despair. That's our whole thing.
Yeah, this was amazing. It wasn't even close to being a three-pointer.
No.
The foot was so obviously on the line. I was 100 feet away, 200 feet away.
God bless that guy.
Yeah. So the confetti game, and one of my least favorite Sixers of all time, Marco Bellinelli and his fucking non-game winner. Congratulations to the confetti game.
Tough.
The next one is the introduction of one of our characters on the pod, done by Mr. Amos Lee, Tony to Tony. Now, I know Amos was coming tonight. Is he here? Is he back there? Oh, shit. No, he's not back there.
Wow.
Oh, he's here somewhere. Oh, no! There he is! Ladies and gentlemen, Amos Lee. I don't know if he's coming up here or not, but I want you to hear one of his greatest moments. This came from this summer's podcast. This is when he told us a story about the shore.
Every time I was down Mariners Pier, it was 88, and we stayed at the Pink Flamingo. It was me, my cousin, and two of my aunt's friends were taking care of us. We all went down, played skee ball, shot out the water guns down there, made all the tickets. At the end of the night, this lady comes up to me, says, "Yeah, well, how many tickets you got?" So I'm like, "I don't got like 40." So I sold her my 40 tickets. She gave her kid a little teddy bear, right? And then afterwards, she comes up, gives me a little kiss on the cheek. She says, "Come on, baby, let's go down the boardwalk, hang out a little bit more." She's probably like 17, 18 years old. I'm from 12 years old. So we went down, rode a couple rides, and then we made out, and that was it.
That's all?
Yeah, that was the end.
That's a really nice story, Tone.
Do you remember how much the tickets were? How much did you charge her for the tickets?
Nah, it was like, I gave her the tickets, she gave me a little smooch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Titone and Mr. Amos Lee back there.
Wild.
Way too famous and successful to be as involved in what we do.
Way too much.
Yeah.
I went to Yards for lunch while I was waiting for the show to start.
Uh-huh.
And just hearing the Philadelphia accent, when I'm back here, man, it never gets less funny. I love it. It's great. Thank you.
Another person that didn't get in, that got a lot of votes, is the coach of the Sixers for the last 6+ years, one Brett Brown. This is one of my favorite images that Zainab did when I mentioned that Brett looked like he aged like a president.
That's very true. Deeply true. I'm sad that Brett didn't get in this year because I do think that there's a chance that with so many expectations that it could be maybe the last year, and you could say that he's even like on the hot seat in some way.
He's on the hot seat?
I think you could say that it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Brett Brown.
Wow.
Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Brett Brown.
Now you can see why TJ was the way he was.
Yeah.
See that?
I can tell it's always good to come in at about 8:30, 9 o'clock into a bar and like get this type of response.
That's right.
I've come in at a good time.
So Brett, admit it, you'd much rather be here than at lunch with a bunch of beat writers and my dad.
This is true. This is true. And you have heard the exchanges that we have had in good fun and playful fun, but to come into this environment, I mean, even out back, I'm hiding out back and I'm just feeling sort of the vibe and I'm seeing the stuff here. And you know, and you come in and you know it's Philly when you can just come in and talk about a 17 and a 12-year-old and there's not police.
Yeah.
Right? like, you know? So, this is a fantastic environment and truly, it's my pleasure to be here. We very much appreciate you.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on winning, say, 5 championships and still having a losing record?
The fact that you can dig that type of a hole is I guess I have made possible. So
Yeah.
somewhere there's an inverted accomplishment. I'm not too sure.
Well, it's so talking about that. We were talking on the podcast the other day, and I asked Mike if you had asked fans and people around the league if when this started, do you think what are the chances that the coach that we're hiring now will be the same coach as when this team is the favorite to win the conference? What do you think the odds of that are? And we thought that the odds were, everyone would say, really, really slim. If I ask you, as a neutral observer, what did you think?
I've been called worse.
Yeah. Well, just, I mean, what did you think the odds were that you would go through this and survive it to now?
I mean, we all sort of understand that it would be whatever is really small. And, you know, touche. Touche. You know, it just doesn't happen. It's pro sport, and you come from a family that gets it. I mean, I left a man that I think Pop is the longest tenured professional coach at any league in any continent or country. And so, I hope so. I hope so. You know, and I will say when we all, because you've lived this with me, and when we all sort of look in the rearview mirror to remember, now I won't go through it, you know what I know, to remember the instances and the seasons and, you know, the navigation of the controversies and things like that. You know,
just in specific controversy.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Yeah.
It's probably best to use a blanket term.
You know, and to be here now, and we know we have the best team that we have ever had since we've been.
That's right.
That's that. That is that. So to look back and now look where we are, it's a good day.
Have you ever actually said trust the process in a quote before? Because you say spirit a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
You say
Yeah.
culture a lot.
Yeah.
But you've never said trust the process.
On purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
I feel like it's appropriate phrase.
Yeah.
It is an appropriate phrase.
That's why we used it.
And you know, Sam took off with it. Sam took off with it. He, you know, was so gifted in so many ways analytically and all that, and he took off with it, and then Joel sort of clawed it back in.
That's right.
And it lived, and it will never go away, and I think it's actually an appropriate phrase.
Yeah. This is what they do. This is what they do.
It's all good.
All right. Was there ever a time in the first, say, 3 years of this that you would look at the team and not know everybody's name exactly?
So, I'm not going to tell the whole truth in relation to the name, the exact name, but I will tell you a story that is true as it relates to your question.
Okay, that works. I'll take
Okay,
it.
we'll tell you, it's as good as I can get.
Surprise guest, so you make the rules.
And we're gonna call the person Larry Jones.
Casper Ware.
I'm in Denver. He's actually now for the Sydney Kings.
Yeah?
He plays in Sydney, Australia. Doing well. So we're in Denver, and obviously on the road in Denver, and what did I call him? Larry Jones?
Larry Jones.
Larry Jones.
Darius Johnson Jones.
So I'm furious I'm furious at Jakar, and I love Jakar. Jakar, that was back in those days.
Yeah.
Jakar, yeah. Jakar came into our gym when we would work out anybody, and and he came into the gym, and it's like this bouncy athlete from St. John's. He got a wide smile, he's got charisma and personality, and he played hard. I think I even made him a point guard. Like,
We talked about Point Car a lot. Yeah, we talked about Point Car a lot.
it's almost like we go and with welcome to the team, you're starting, or welcome to the team. You used to be a power forward, now you're a point guard. And so we're in Denver, I'm upset at Jakar, and I'm screaming down the bench, Larry, get him, Larry. And two of my assistants try to sequester me, and they're sort of embarrassed for me, and say no, it's John. It's John. And I'm pointing, Larry, do you not hear me, Larry? It's an NBA game, and true, lots of times.
The thing that you don't know is that these people are so crazy, they're gonna go through tape. They're gonna go through tape, and we're gonna figure out who it was.
Well,
yeah,
I'm sure you will.
Just going back to the beginning, 6 years ago, some prominent media types were very upset that the Sixers hadn't hired a coach come August.
Yeah.
They were very upset about it because the administration and the GM was taking their time to make an informed decision. Do you think if they hired you in July that the Kawhi shot wouldn't have gone in?
Do you want me to even attempt to answer that?
Well, we do want to know the Kawhi shot from your perspective. I think healing and talking about it is part of the process.
It
for us.
is.
We haven't heard too much about your perspective and how you move on from that.
I did a coaching clinic. Well, today's Friday. I did a coaching clinic on Monday, and we had think about this. We had 1,200. My first year, we were at Lower Merion High School. We had 80, right up the road. And my second year, we were at PCOM, and we had 115. And sort of my years doing this, we've swelled up to 1,200 coaches in the tri-state area. And I'm proud to be able to talk to them, like boys, girls, men, women. I feel like I'm getting to 12,000 kids, each coach 10 players. It really is a chance for me to try to leave something behind and help a coach. And we're going through that, and I'm in front of them, and lots of times you just come out and you just roll. You don't really, I don't, have a pre-constructed script. You just go. And I walked out, and I started with your question, and it went something like this. You can see it. The ball goes up, and I think when I explained it to them, and actually this environment's even more appropriate to explain it, I grew up in the woods. I grew up in Maine, and I got my Jeep outside, and I love camping, and that's sort of my world. And you look up, and you sometimes, if you've ever done that, us city folk, you look up, you see a beautiful full moon in a pitch black sky, and it's just sitting there. It's the first thing that came out of my mouth, and I see Kawhi shot it. I felt like it almost hit under the rim, and an incredibly awkward miss, and then it's just sort of sitting there, and time felt still. And the horn goes off, and the ball goes in, and I don't blink. And I walk straight to the locker room. I shake Nick's hand. I pass Kawhi, who I coached. I see Joel's face. I go straight into the locker room. I sit down. I quickly take off my suit. If you see the post-game press conferences, normally the league makes you wear a suit. I did not. I had my sweatpants on. And
We all did.
We spent the next 30 days in sweatpants here in Philly.
Yeah. you know, and you just think, like you're just sitting there in a trance. And then you go into a locker room and there's really not, and I don't mind this at this stage of my sort of coaching career. Sometimes there's nothing to be said, or there's nothing to be said at that moment. And that was one of them. And it was, I've said to the media a few days ago, I lived through Derek Fisher, you know, .4 shot. I'm there, and that ultimately knocked us out of the playoffs. We were about to win our 5th NBA championship in Miami. You know, you're up, I think, 5 points with 20 whatever seconds left. And so, you know, Ray Allen hits the shot. I've lived through traumatic kind of shots, but there really, if I'm honest, was nothing more painful than that shot that I don't appreciate you bringing up. Okay, Mike?
Do you mind if I cry right next to you?
Yeah. So until Elton, well, and even through Elton, you have been the public-facing face of this. You know, Sam didn't talk a lot. Brian didn't talk a lot. It was up to you to answer for things that maybe even weren't your responsibility.
And it's a good face.
Yes, it's a great face. I'll say, when you did that lunch with the beat writers, that must have been horrible for you, but great for them the other day. But when you said the thing about smash mouth offense, and I could hear your voice, the accent, it was wonderful. But through all that time, through all those questions, is there one question that you've been repeatedly asked that you just wish could never be asked again?
I mean, can I lump them into like a bucket?
Yeah.
Lump it.
Lump it.
Okay. Joel's health. Ben's jump shot.
Sure.
Jump shot. My hot seat. I told the people, I said, I've been fired every year I've been here. It's like you know, you can pick whatever temperature you want for my seat. It's not my concern. You know, those are always, you know, as we live. And then, you know, somebody might throw in a Sam or a Brian. Like, the ones that sort of don't go away are that. But I do understand it. Like, as you get older and you do this more, you are aware that content, you in your world, like the media, you need content. People strive, they seek, they got to find something to tell a story on. And I would think, you know, imagine if you're a day-to-day guy that's got to come on and, like, you know, find something and then roll with it with some level of, you know, intellect and passion. That's hard. And so these are the 3 questions that come up a lot. And as I reminded the media group, I'm sitting down on Wednesday and I'm looking out at 40 journalists. And I told them, just like I just told you, when I read that I'm on the hot seat, I'll know that somebody just was a little bit lazy and there's nothing else going on. Because, right, this is, you know, this is like saying we got a problem with the Israelis and the Palestinians. It just goes on and on, right? So.
Well, I got a question you might not have been asked before. Was it a choice to have the most handsome team in the league? Did that factor in Horford, Matisse, Raul Neto, Embiid and Ben, Josh? It's a good-looking team, Brett. People are talking about it. And your assistant coaches through the years, Lloyd Pierce, handsome man, Ime Udoka, now handsome man. What is it about good-looking men that the Sixers can't stop quitting?
I don't know, but I will say this, because that's not on my radar.
Sure.
As you can, right?
Sure.
When my wife says exactly what you just said, like, you know, you sort of pay attention a little bit, but it's like there is no method to the madness on the selection of our talent rules the day.
Okay.
One last basketball question before we get to a couple of things. One surprise of you for them, and then one surprise of us for you. Was there a point last year during the Nets series when you guys started Greg Monroe in a playoff game that you sat at home or even in the locker room and you're like, we're starting Greg Monroe in a playoff game. I'm sorry. I mean, he wasn't even on the team 3 weeks before. It was crazy.
I mean, this is the life that we have lived.
Yeah. So, I wanted to reveal something about tonight that no one knew. So, when everybody walked in, they got a little red drink ticket, and it paid for a beer. And I wanted to let everyone know that the man that bought your beer is Brett Brown.
Are you saying 4 more beers?
That's not bad. Well, you are the only Sixers coach in my lifetime that I've liked. and so we wanted to give you a treat that you also might hate, but we will love.
Yeah, so what we're doing tonight, we have 2 missions tonight. The first mission is Mike Scott will be out here later, who has very quickly become a fan favorite. But the other thing is we do is yearly, we do a thing called the Process Hall of Fame. And we vote in a Rights Ricky Sanchez moment, because we really only care about ourselves, a Sixers moment and a Sixers player. And TJ's getting in tonight, and Joel got in last year. And we wanted,
also, the pick swap got in last year.
The pick swap.
Which was very exciting.
Yeah. We wanted to let you know, if you look behind you, that tonight, in front of everyone, we are inducting Brett Brown into the Rights to Ricky Sanchez Process Hall of Fame.
Everybody have a hell of a night. We're going to have a hell of a season.
That's right!
Give it up for Brett Brown! Wow. I mean, look, this shitty little podcast in 2 straight years has had the general manager of the Sixers and the head coach of the Sixers surprise you at the Live Ricky.
That's pretty good.
Come on, man.
That's pretty good.
So now it's time for the Process Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Are you ready? Up first, to induct Burnergate.
Which is, I hope Brett Brown is running out of the building.
Yeah. This one's not for you.
Someone get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Is Mike Levin, ladies and gentlemen.
Stand and see a fire. Let me stand and see a fire. Let me stand and see a fire.
Let me stand.
just to get it out of the way, I am going to say dumb shit on this podcast. Unprofessional shit. Shit that hasn't been corroborated or even suggested. If you're looking for a podcast with journalistic integrity, you've come to the wrong place. I said those words on the Rights Ricky Sanchez podcast the day after Ben Dietrich's story dropped on a sports and culture website. And in listening back to all four podcasts that we did, between the time that the Burner News broke and when the law firm specializing in these kinds of things, what things? Honestly, I would love to know. When they finished their investigation and the Sixers finally accepted Colangelo's resignation, I can confirm I did, in fact, say a lot of dumb shit. But this is a dumb thing. The sands of Sixers history are littered with beached whales of weird shit. Fultz, Zaire, Bynum, etc. But this is by far the dumbest. A multimillionaire with near autonomy over a basketball team doesn't need to create burner accounts to argue with fans and leak sensitive information about the players. The fail son of a narcissistic Skype-using Joe Arpaio donor doesn't need to throw his spouse under the bus in the most scathing and public "my wife" of all time. And most importantly, they didn't need to censor the word "but." They didn't. It's crazy. But all of this did happen because, well, here we are doing a Sixers podcast at the former Electric Factory, proving I'm living in the dumbest Truman Show imaginable. Burnergate is getting inducted into the Process Hall of Fame, despite the fact that the story is not over. We don't know who Dietrich's source was. If @SixersEnough ever decides they've been uncone for long enough, maybe even tonight, we'd love to have you. We would love to have you. Honestly, that's a better guess than Brett Brown. I'm sorry. We don't know, or at least I don't fully accept, that Barbara herself ran all of the Twitter accounts and the Liberty Ballers accounts and whatever other forums they posted on as a gay, paralyzed parking attendant Mark Aguirre fan who claimed Brian was a classy guy, in fact too classy to even engage. And we don't know why they censored the word "but." B#T. Doesn't make any sense. Now, it may seem out of place for the Colangelo Family Crime Syndicate to make the Process Hall of Fame at all, since they ostensibly ended the process in its original form, and still balling Colangelo, the oldest Colangelo, openly claimed that Spike and I lied about donating lottery party money to charity. That's right. Which is cool. Which was a cool color on still balling. But when you think about it, there is no more Process story. Our downright refusal to move on and find a new slant from the Hinkie and Process philosophy caused one of the most privileged men in sports history to set his career on fire, middling as it was, in order to shitpost about his predecessor or how the Trevor Booker trade was actually pretty good. And then Sixers Twitter, which, along with Beyonce's Beehive, are the only galvanized internet mobs that aren't white supremacists. Absolutely true. The Sixers Twitter mob sleuthed and connected the dots that ultimately did what Hinkie could not. Undo Dave Silver's meddling and run the Colangelos out of town for good. Because Burnergate is a story, as all things are, about us. So, since Barbara Bottini or her wine-drunk friend with a vendetta against Brian and beans to spill could not be here themselves, it is my privilege to induct the Colangelo Burnergate affair into the second class of the Process Hall of Fame.
Oh,
He caught
man. Well done. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Levin. So also, we are inducting something that is very close to all of our hearts, one of our best moments, one of our worst moments, Retweet Armageddon, into the Process Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite 94 WIP's Joe Giglio and 94 WIP and former Eagles Pro Bowler Ike Reese to induct Retweet Armageddon.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Well, first of all, we can't share mics. I don't want to share a mic with Joe Giglio. Are you kidding me? I need my own mic. Thank you. There we go.
You ready, Ike?
I'm ready, Joe. Well, how's everybody doing tonight? I said, how's everybody doing tonight? Don't put me on no damn stage and give me a mic. I got a script here. I'm going to try to stick to it as best as I can. Joe, get us going, brother.
You guys are all fucking crazy. I have never been more sure of anything in my life.
No, seriously. 100% fucking crazy. You guys are crazy. And listen, I love you all. I really do. But I got to tell you, coming in here tonight, I'm more scared of being in this room with you all. And listen, I played in the NFL for 9 years. I actually had to work with Spike's dad, Howard, for 2.5 years. He wasn't scary. That was just torture. That's all that was. Yeah, he wasn't really scary. That was torture. But in all seriousness, you guys are scary in a good way. Because the way I see it, you guys are scary because you protect what you believe in and what you love. And there's nothing wrong with that.
So my experience with you guys happens on Wednesday nights when I host Rights to Ricky Sanchez Radio with Spike on WIP. And we'll talk about some normal WIP stuff like Brett Brown and timeouts or Ben Simmons and his jump shot. And one of you weirdos will call in and decide to talk about Nerlens Noel's Vorp or give me some sort of jigsaw about whether or not I want to eat soup with boogers in it or I have to walk backwards everywhere. Ike, that really happens.
Yeah.
I walk backwards everywhere.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm trying to think back to the first time I had an encounter with you all. And
everyone here?
Well, I don't know if it's exactly everyone here, but I'm assuming it is everyone that's in here. Now, we were at the 2016 lottery draft party, right? We all remember the lottery draft party. And I've had the pleasure at being at several of those things. We remember Joel Embiid. We remember that night where it looked like when he realized he was coming to Philadelphia that he somehow came down with some type of, I don't know, virus or something that he was like, what? But I was there that night. I was there tonight. We got Ja. But okay, free Ja.
Ja stinks.
It's vegan Ja now. But there was never a night like the night we got the #1 pick and Ben Simmons, we knew he was coming. Now I gotta be honest with you. I wasn't the biggest Ben Simmons fan, right?
Oh no.
But that didn't matter, that doesn't matter. The fact that we won the lottery finally and got the #1 pick, I mean, literally, I almost killed Mike that night. I jumped on Mike and almost threw him off the balcony. And it was out of pure excitement. But come on, Mike, be honest. I gave you a story to tell to your family and friends.
I love it. I do it again.
Right? Right? He even excused me for I sort of was dry humping him that night. Don't tell anybody that. That's just, we had a couple of Shirley Temples that night, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world, I mean, look, that night everyone found out what this was all about. But the rest of the world truly found out that you guys were crazy. On the night of June 17th, 2017, that day, the world discovered how petty, vengeful, full of free time, and obsessed with being right you are. That was the day, of course, that the world learned of Retweet Armageddon.
You guys are cheering and clapping. That was a horrible day for me.
We've all been there, Ike. It's all right.
We've been there, right? So we've all had our moments where we tweet something out and we think we're tweeting out something that's clever at the moment.
What does that say, Ike? What does it say?
Did we really have to put it up there?
The bull what?
So hold up.
Was that fried bull penis or?
Now give me a little bit of slack though here, right? First of all, that is the right take. It is a take. The bull penis, I mean, not the bull penis. I meant the bullpen. The bullpen was cooked that night. That's what I meant. The tweet. As you can tell, on the date of the tweet, I was about 1.5 years into Twitter. I hadn't realized that when you do something with a hashtag, you should capitalize each individual word. That should read, the bullpen is cooked. Not the bull penis is cooked. So, needless to say, I'm pretty sure my boss was at the front of making sure I was a victim of Retweet Armageddon that day. Thank you, Spike.
Well, speaking of our boss, speaking of Spike, he found this tweet of mine, which, look, I guess everybody in this room probably had some sort of version of this, where we all were patting ourselves on the back because, you know, the Sixers got Markelle Fultz, and that was going to complete. We've all been there, but it doesn't make that any less painful. That is tough to look at right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
what do you got there?
It happens.
But listen, Retweet Armageddon wasn't just about wrong tweets, right? It wasn't just about bad tweets. It was also about teaching everyone a lesson that if you act like an asshole, we're always going to remember. Right? This wasn't some lame old takes exposed stuff like I typically expose some of Joe's old takes that are terrible. No, this was the end of the days for all the bad takes. People were going to pay for bad takes. Retweet Armageddon was on. Okay, you're supposed to get excited when I do that.
There we go.
There we go. I thought you said these people were smart, right?
Yeah. Let's not forget, this is the important thing here. Let's not forget that being right has always...
It's all jokes, don't worry. It's I love everybody.
They know, Ike. They know you love them.
Well, I got to make sure I clear it. I mean,
listen, let's not forget the important thing here, that being right is always, always very important in this room. And being right about the big things was the most important. We were right. We were all right about the process. We were right about Sam Hinkie. And nobody was going to be spared. On June 17th, in celebration of the Markelle Fultz trade, hell was unleashed. And a storm of righteousness took over the internet.
Perfect.
Right, so at this point, we're just going to act like in the program, right, that we're going to completely ignore the fact that Retweet Armageddon, no doubt, caused Markel Fultz to forget how to shoot, and it will torture us for the rest of our lives, right? We're going to act like that is not going to happen. But here's the thing. The Ringers, Danny Chow, who's banned, right? He's banned. He's banned.
Sounds like he's banned, Ike.
Yeah, he called it a peek into how insufferable Sixers fans are. Are you kidding me? David Roth on Vice, he called it a day of Twitter reckoning. Now, more than anything, it was a reminder that everyone in this room will never allow you to forget how wrong you were, and it was a reminder that if someone here likes one of your tweets, just because they like your tweet, it doesn't mean they necessarily like your tweet. It just means they're saving it for later.
That's right. The biggest moment, of course, as you can see, of Retweet Armageddon was when Joel Embiid decided to take part. He spelled Armageddon wrong, but that word's hard to spell.
We love that
let's
big
be
guy,
honest.
don't we?
It's all right, listen. Of course, though, he retweeted Spike's dad with the addition of, Dario is never coming over.
But we all know Dario did come over. We all know the process did get healthy. The pick swap, it really did matter, right? And we also know that you, Howard Eskin, and others like you were wrong and we were right.
They will never forget Retweet Armageddon, and you better believe it. They think about it every single time they open up the Twitter app on their phones.
And so with that, we induct Retweet Armageddon into the Process Hall of Fame. And we remind you, and everyone like you, not you, I mean those like Howard Eskin, we remind you that the Process Hall of Fame, we're always watching, we never forget, and most importantly, we don't have time to do anything better. Thank you, everybody.
Ike Reese and Joe Giglio.
Ike Reese and Joe Giglio, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Had to hit him with one.
I think that was the second one. It's two. So for our final Process Hall of Fame induction, we will induct one TJ McConnell. Here we go. So there are two guys who best exhibited the process, and they were basically complete opposites of each other. Joel Embiid, who was inducted in the Process Hall of Fame last year, and TJ McConnell, who I induct right now. They're opposite in almost every way possible. Embiid was the number 3 pick in the draft and would have been number 1 if he wasn't injured. TJ McConnell was totally fine physically, but undrafted, and probably still would have been undrafted if he was hurt. Joel Embiid is a center. TJ is a point guard. Embiid is funny in real life and social media and knows how to make people laugh. TJ is funny, but it mostly seems like he's being funny when he doesn't mean to be funny. We're sort of laughing with him and at him at the same time. And I mean, just look at him. Joel Embiid is a giant black guy, probably a little bigger than the internet says he is, and TJ McConnell is a tiny white guy, probably a little smaller than the internet says he is. But they're both the process. Just like Joel Embiid has been with us for a long time, learning and growing and feeling the same pain we have, so has TJ. And that's why we love him. That and because he showed up at Live Ricky 1 and made his wife mad and double-fisted beers and basically told Cleveland to go fuck themselves. I'll never forget reading the tweets from Jake Pavorsky, who has since retired from writing about basketball. Jake was about 10 years old at the time. Jake is still 10 years old. It was at training camp, and Jake kept saying there was a serious chance that TJ McConnell would make the Sixers. I laughed. I was sure Jake had no idea what he was talking about. I mean, if you remember correctly, Jake would have taken Noah Vonleh with the first overall pick that year. TJ McConnell was sort of the exact opposite of all of the guys that we were taking a chance on all the time with the Sixers. Every player in Sixers camp looked like they had some kind of upside. They all had long arms, theoretically were good at defense. Most of them could jump pretty high. We could all imagine them learning how to play basketball and be great. But that really wasn't who TJ was. The only similarity that TJ had to those other players is that he couldn't shoot. And one of the only times over the last 6 years that I've been wrong, TJ McConnell made the Sixers team. I was actually kind of pissed off, but that changed. Now I fucking love TJ McConnell, and he loves us. Without the process, TJ McConnell wouldn't be in the NBA. And without TJ, we wouldn't really have the process. Without Sam Hinkie deciding that he wasn't going to throw a roster spot to some grizzled veteran to make my dad happy, TJ wouldn't have gotten to be the starting point guard for an NBA team and go like 2 whole months without shooting a free throw. He did. It happened. I remember. And just like TJ McConnell wouldn't have been here without the process might not have survived without TJ McConnell. The guy that gets along with everyone and even cheers from the sideline when he gets benched for that fucking asshole Jimmy Butler. The guy that holds the locker room together when there might not have been anyone else alive who could do it. And TJ wasn't just a cult hero. TJ wasn't just a cult hero. He wasn't just the white guy at the end of the bench. Slowly but surely, TJ McConnell got good. He's the guy that picks up full court. He perfected the move where he runs into the lane, runs under the basket, runs out of the lane, and just when you think he's gonna run straight out of the arena, he turns around and makes a 16-footer right in your fucking face. And a little known fact is that TJ McConnell has never missed a 16-foot jump shot. He hit a game winner, still maybe the best shot since we've been doing this podcast, to beat the Knicks, and was almost killed by a Joel Embiid chokehold after the game. And then there was the ultimate TJ moment, what we like to call the TJ game. A lot of times people say on the internet, we don't talk enough about this or that. But we really don't talk enough about the TJ game. May 7th, 2018, the Sixers were on the brink of elimination against the Celtics and really didn't have anyone with the nuts to stop it from happening. So Brett Brown started TJ McConnell. I swear to God, this game is more amazing than you remember. TJ McConnell, undrafted free agent, scrappy little white guy who couldn't shoot, put the entire Sixers team on his back and won a fucking playoff game. Would you like to see the highlights real quick?
Consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. NBA playoffs on TNT, Eastern Conference semifinals presented by Hulu with Boston up 3-0 in this series. As we are ready to go, the semifinal round, game 4 with Boston up 3-0, and it is the Celtics trying to close out Philadelphia in a sweep, controlling the opening tap. Opportunity for Boston. Horford loses the handle. McConnell comes away with it. McConnell looking at pass. Simmons throws it down. Beautiful setup by T.J. McConnell. Who's a member of Washington. Got his playoff taste too as McConnell is fouled. To get things moving for Philadelphia in this series, and he does it again right here. Team comes. McConnell's there, runs into a wall in Ojale, and somehow gets one up with a flurry of fakes. Reddick gives it right back. And McConnell all the way in. No, gets his own and puts it back. The quick jump from T.J. McConnell.
You have energy plays like this, it all tips your way. Look at the little fella. 4 on 3 behind that blitz all night long.
And Kevin, just to go back to the scoring in this one, as Simmons gets a pass from McConnell, he got deep. That is built for the NBA. The rookie out of Duke, 1 year at Duke. Here's McConnell, steps into one, knocks it down.
As you see, Tatum again trying to go through too many people. You got to move that ball.
McConnell gives it to Šarić. He'll pull a 2, and he gets a friendly bounce. Gets it right back, kicks it. 2 on the shot clock. McConnell gives it up, and Simmons throws it down. Just in time to beat the timer.
Yes, it has. Look, it starts off with this pass. He gets in there. I mean, that clock is going down.
With a rebound. McConnell, crossover, gets by Rozier, and scores the layup.
Gets it down, and then look at it. He beats him, takes him to the hole, does a little Rozier on Rozier.
It has been impressive how Tatum has been able to take over the game in windows in this series. That's a big 3 by Šarić.
Getting after everything.
Chance to add to the lead for Philadelphia. Bellinelli kicks it. McConnell's wide open. 4-3. It's good. T.J. McConnell on the drive. McConnell scores. What a game and what an answer. This guy, a hand right here. T.J. McConnell doing it all. Why not? T.J. McConnell having a night.
No question. He just stands up. Moose Monroe goes by him, lays it in.
In the best of 7 in the NBA playoffs. But Philadelphia is trying to make a little history here and winning.
So TJ left us this offseason and will play with Jakar Sampson and Malcolm Brogdon in Indiana. While I wanted TJ to be a Sixer forever, there is a little poetic justice in him playing in Indiana. You can go see him with us at Fly the Process 5 on New Year's Eve. Fans of Philly can take your deposit in the back of the room. But TJ will always be one of us, not just a Sixers player, but one of us. He appreciated us like no other player did. He loved us. He loved being here like no other player did, and he struggled through the worst times, and he persevered until there were good times. That guy should never buy a drink in this city again, and if it's one of us serving him, we should give him 2 beers at once. So tonight, we induct T.J. McConnell into the Process Hall of Fame. He beat the Celtics. He beat the Knicks. He said the name. T.J. McConnell is a fucking legend. All right, it is the moment you have all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest fucking hero of the Philadelphia 76ers, Mike Scott.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Right. I like that. I like that energy. I like that.
So how does this happen? How in such a short time, you got here at the trade deadline last year, and now you're like a hero How do you think that happens in such a short time?
Right. I don't know, man. I'm just myself. You know. Yeah. I don't know. I said in the interview one time, like, this shit ain't, like, it's not fake. You know, I've always been like this. I've always never been a bitch. Right, and I like the love the city gave me when I first got here, and I like to give that back, man. Hell yeah. Y'all some good people, man. I fuck with all y'all, man. That shit, I fuck with all y'all for real. So yeah, hell yeah.
I wanted to give you the chance to address the NBA's new headband policy.
Oh man. Come on, man. That's some fucking bullshit, man. That's some bullshit, man. Come on, man.
Do you want to tell the listeners at home what you're wearing right now?
Oh, no, I'm definitely wearing this headband. I wear that shit off the court. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to get fined. I see all y'all telling me yeah, wear the headband so you take the fine. Fuck y'all. I ain't taking that fine. Fuck y'all. Fuck. 15 racks. 15,000. 15,082 games. I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to fuck that. Y'all might see me outside. I might be wearing this motherfucker, but I'm not going to wear it in the game. So, yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
So, speaking of clothing, one of the things that you're famous for is, we all notice you wear the hockey jerseys all the time, or jerseys. So we had a gift for you.
Oh, shit.
It's good.
Now, I want to say this has never existed anywhere.
Wow.
Hey, the shit kind of match. It kind of match what I got
on.
on.
It does match. It does match. Mike Scott is putting on he's running away.
He's going to come out like Superman.
He is wearing a Rights to Ricky Sanchez hockey jersey with Mike Scott, number 1 on the back, and here he is!
I looked at it like that shit kind of match. How I look? It's straight. I can get away with this. All right, cool.
And now you have to explain the name of our podcast to other people.
Yeah.
Right. So. Right. All right. I'll wear this shit in the finals. Damn right. Fuck that. Hell yeah. I'm gonna drink to that.
So you showed up to a random Philadelphia wedding because somebody reached out and said, "Hey, come."
Yeah, I watch rap battles. Like, I'm a big rap battle fan. So hell yeah, I watching that shit since I was in middle school. So I was at a rap battle, and what they say? They say they want me to rap. Oh no. I play basketball. I don't rap.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, I don't rap. I don't dance. I know my lane. You know what I'm saying? So I was at a rap battle, and I was on Twitter, kicking shit with the fans, and somebody said, pull up at 834 Chestnut, and I was like, shit, I used to live there. That's the Franklin. Are we pulling up? And I went straight from the battle, went straight there, and y'all saw it, man. That shit was crazy, right? That shit was dope, man. Hell yeah. They was already fucked up when I got there, so it was already, you know what I'm saying? The shit was already turned up. So yeah, man, they treated me good, gave me all type of drinks and shit. So man, shout out to them, man. Hell yeah.
That's how you get it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Your new teammate Kyle O'Quinn showed up at a couple bar and bat mitzvahs.
Okay.
Are we gonna get what's next? Like Jonah Bolden at a bris?
Right. Man, I done had so many birthdays, bar mitzvahs. Can you surprise my husband at work? Can
you dunk on him?
Yeah. Can you put a verse down, like crazy shit, man? Everybody want. I mean, I can't do everything. I want to focus on the season, but I was just doing shit during the summer because that shit was fun. So yeah, that shit was fun.
So all this stuff, racing people at tracks, going to weddings, all this love.
Smoked his ass too. Okay, right. Slow start. I had a slow start, but I picked it up around the 50, and then I just smoked his ass on the way through. Where he at? Where he? I know he. There go my boy right there. Hey, hell yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, right. My partner. Yeah.
Does all this? You mentioned you are a basketball player for the Sixers. Does all this love and all this attention, does it put pressure on you when you're on the court? Do you think about that?
No, not really. I just really go out there, play my game. Don't try to do too much. Of course I want to go out there and make every shot. Like I don't want to be like ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go out there and do what I need to do. But I just feel like, man, I just play hard, make the hustle plays, and do my job, and it's pretty easy for me. So yeah.
You averaged 24 minutes a night as a Sixer, which was the most minutes per game you had in your career, which also coincided.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
Shout out Brett Brown.
That's right.
Shout out Brett Brown. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Which also coincided with you taking the most threes per minute of
Okay.
your career. Do you think did you have to change your mindset in a sense to get that to that place?
Yeah. Shit, they was telling me shoot more. Shit, goddamn. I was like, man. That's my role, man. Get shots up, be athletic, get my hands dirty if need be. But just make the hustle plays and do what it takes for my team to win. That's where I'm at with it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned getting your hands dirty, and one of your most famous moments here as a Sixer in a short time is putting your hands on something that most NBA players don't. We wanted to show it up here.
QB Ersan Ilyasova was the key late-season acquisition for the 76ers. He was wearing a different uniform.
Ilyasova and Bellinelli gave them 23 points a game when they went 20-3 down the stretch, and then in the playoffs duplicated the production.
Here's McConnell off the nice save, and it pays off with a bucket. We got a Sixer player, Mike Scott, 3 rows deep here at Foxwoods 4. And he might have taken a little sip of the beverage to get fueled up. He was getting detangled, a whistle and a foul. Going to go against Jimmy Butler. Let's take one more look at Mike Scott a moment ago, Huey, going into the expensive courtside seats here and saying hello.
I'll tell you, I like this addition. Mike was on those good Atlanta teams coming off the bench when Coach Bud was there, but this you're hoping you don't get a bad back.
So, do you want to take us through that?
Oh man, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Sometimes I'd be like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I think that was an Easter game too, and it was a Sunday, so she was getting lit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I dove in, which I ain't see. I got the steal and the assist to my man TJ. You see that? Oh,
that's
right. Right. And I don't know. I just saw it. I caught a whiff of it. I caught a whiff. I said, yeah. Let me get a little swig of this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little swig. She was cool though. She was cool. I think Jack Daniels gave her sent her a box of stuff. They sent me a box of stuff, so everything was cool, man. Yeah.
That's nice.
Hey, man. Yeah. Jack No Ice. She was definitely on Jack No Ice. Definitely. Yeah.
So you came to Philly from the Clippers with Tobias Harris and Boban Marjanovic, and they obviously have a very viral friendship.
Yeah.
It's
Toby
a
and Bobby.
Toby
Right.
and Bobby.
That's right.
It's a big thing. And now, you're a cult hero as kind of the third wheel that was left out of that friendship. Do you take any joy in, out-viraling them?
Nah. I don't try to out-viral them.
Sure.
It just sometimes the shit I be saying, y'all just go with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no bitch and, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me and shit like that and, But that's their thing. They got a nice little thing going. I like their thing. I don't try to out-viral them, but I sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned Brett Brown, who was out here earlier. We inducted him into the Process Hall of Fame and all that.
Yeah.
So what do you think, aside from playing...
He says that, too. I said it in his voice. Can you imagine if we get things right? Yeah.
You mentioned he played you the most minutes of your career. What do you think is aside from that, what do you think is the best quality of Brett as a head coach?
Damn, that's a tough. I mean, it's so many, man. He's just a down to earth guy. He's kind of like me. He's genuine. That even sounds weird, me saying myself is genuine, but he's a people person guy, man. He's down to earth, man. He keeps it real. He doesn't try to sugarcoat shit, but he's a good dude. He's a good person, and you want to go out there and play your heart out for him, and he respects you. So, yeah, hell yeah. Oh no, he not. No, he not.
You also like ringing the bell sometimes, don't you?
Yeah,
that little bell.
Yeah, I rang it once. In
That's
Brooklyn.
nice.
In Brooklyn.
So you the shot in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
The shot?
Yeah, the shot.
We have that queued up if you want
Yeah,
to watch it one more time.
Would you mind watching it?
I mean, I've only watched it like 10,000 times, but I mean, we can watch it
one
another
more time can't hurt.
Look at TJ face. Fucking red ass face.
And then what'd you say in the post-game press conference?
Cashed out, man. I cashed out, man. I cashed out on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Tobias gave a weak-ass pass to Joe, and that was a terrible pass. Why would you float the ball like that? What are you doing? Why would you float the ball like that? You can't do that. Just throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? Joe made a hell of a play, and I just cashed out, man. That was it. Cashed out. I ain't even had to shoot that motherfucker either. I really didn't have to shoot it. I just shot it anyway. If I would have missed that shit.
You wouldn't be here?
Right, yeah. Fucking, God damn. Fuck.
We having fucking Shake Milton or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Happy birthday, Shake. Happy birthday, Shake. Yep.
Oh, it's a birthday?
So the guy that traded you is Elton Brand, who came in and did this show last year. First-time GM, went to Duke. Can you trust a general manager who went to Duke?
I can trust EB. He did 1 year.
Okay.
I can trust EB. He number one pick.
Number one.
Yeah, I can trust EB. EB's great, man. It's just crazy how things just fall apart and just comes together, man. You know, he went and got Al, and you know, I was trying to get Kyle, but Kyle Korver, sorry, and then but it didn't work. But man, he just put everything together. Man, shout out to EB. I appreciate that.
How does it? Yeah, we're pro EB.
That's right.
But the one thing about Elton is that he does seem to have a tall people fetish.
Yeah.
How what does it feel like to be one of the smallest guys on the team, weirdly?
Right.
And like when all 12 of the power forward centers are hanging out,
Yeah.
does it feel like you're gonna like terrorize a town in some
We
way?
got 6'10", 6'7", 6'9", then what? Joe 7'2", Al 6'11".
Yeah.
God damn. Fuck. You switch 1 through 5. Gotta switch 1 through 5. You got to.
It's
So, yeah.
switching 4-4-4-4, 5-5.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. We athletic, man. We ain't no bitches. So man, we tall, man. You know what I'm saying? I like what we got going on. I like that.
So I've talked about Mike Budenholzer once, and my only experience with Mike Budenholzer.
Nah, you don't.
Well, okay, all right.
Coach, he good peoples. He good people.
Well,
he
so
good peoples.
so I was at the All-Star practice in Brooklyn.
Okay.
My wife took me.
Uh-oh.
And I'm watching, and they have the coaches mic'd up, and it's the All-Star practice, and he's yelling at them to get back on defense.
Coach Bud?
Yes.
Oh man, damn.
Is he as joyless a hump as he seems like from like afar, or is he different in real life?
I think he's different. I mean, I got arrested. He came from South Africa. He flew 18 hours and cut his time short with his family to come see my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, then, you know what I'm saying? That's the most thing I can think about Coach Bud. You know what I'm saying?
Got that turned around on you, Spike.
Yeah. I didn't. He didn't release me. He didn't cut me. He stayed with me, and he's just a real dude. He be having that funny ass face sometimes he makes, but he's good, man. Maybe that was a bad time with Bud. Maybe he was mad about something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he has that face a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So Al Horford has kind of been Embiid's kryptonite in some way when they played against each other.
So I heard.
And now they're teammates, which was nice. Is there anyone in the league that sort of is a tough cover for you or always gets you that you would what would it be like for them to be your teammate?
Al's probably one of them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I always ask that when everybody, who's the hardest person to score? I would say Al Horford, man. He's athletic. He has defense awareness. He's smart. He knows the game. Good luck. Shit, man. Good luck trying to score on him. So, good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, a lot of Sixers fans haven't liked Al Horford, but everybody in this room has appreciated him.
You have to. You got to appreciate it. You got to. Yeah, you got to appreciate it. One of the most professional teammates I ever had. So, yeah.
So while the Sixers were going through the rebuilding thing where they weren't
We used to
winning
beat y'all ass. Oh, my God.
I would ask what team you were on, but I don't think it mattered.
Oh, man, we used to beat y'all ass. Beat y'all at like 30. Like 25, 30. When I was with the Hawks, we used to beat y'all ass.
Everybody.
Oh, my gosh. But look, though, I will say this. The fans were still there. The team still played hard. We always knew that on the scouting report, no matter what their record was, Philly's going to play hard. I mean, Brett's going to have them boys playing hard no matter who's on the court.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah. Got to respect that.
Sometimes their name would be spelled wrong on the jersey.
Yeah. It didn't matter who was on that court. They was going to play the right way, and they was going to play hard. So, got to respect that, even if we beat the shit out of y'all.
Is it like what did people what did players say about what was going on here? We're always curious. We were actually really supportive this time. This is where this whole thing was built during that.
Yeah.
So we respected where it was coming from. What did other players think in other cities about what was going on here?
I mean, everybody kind of knew y'all was trying to get that number one pick. We know it was a tough time, man. It was just something you had to go through, and shit. I mean, look at us now. So.
That's right.
Yep.
When you got here, it was just so nice that you weren't Mike Muscala.
Oh,
in such an
y'all,
so nice.
Y'all killing all my guys, man. God damn.
Because
my man Muskie, that's my partner, man.
Your first game, you took like a one dribble pull up, and I like inadvertently just yelled. Because I'd never seen anything like it from that position.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a one-trick pony. I feel like I can shoot, but I feel like I can do other things, scoring the ball and playing with energy on defense and doing other things. But yeah, I mean, I can mix it up. I mean, I'm from Virginia, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm a hooper. I like to hoop. I like to just hoop. You know what I'm saying?
What else have you been working on this summer?
Versatility, guarding smaller players, shooting, trying to be more consistent, working on my form. So
last year, Giannis won the MVP. In your opinion, who will be a better player in 2019, 2020, Joel Embiid or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I'll say this: if Joe can, learn from Al, learn his mentality, learn his, nutrition, rest, work ethic, and all that shit, bro, he would be one of the best centers ever, man. That's it, man. He would. He really would. With Joe's talent and Al's mentality, if he just learn, just watch that. That's what I would tell him. Just watch that man. Just watch him. With the skill that you have and, Al's mentality and how he, carries the game, he'll be one of the best centers ever. Yeah.
What's the vibe around the team going into the season right now?
It's good, man. It's positive. Everybody's together. As y'all see, we went paintballing today. That shit was cool.
Who's trash at paintballing?
Who's trash? Zaire is trash, man. He's trash, bro. He disappointed me, man.
He's still
No,
healing.
no. This is why he's trash. Like, if you get hit, you're supposed to put your hand up. Like, I'm out. He just put his hand up. He didn't even get hit. He didn't want to play. I shot him anyway. Hey, you hit. You hit. Get out.
Well, you don't know if there's sunflower seeds or peanuts in the paintball thing. I'm just saying, you don't know.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. So, so it's been almost 2 decades since the Sixers went into a season where everyone thought there was a chance that they could win an NBA championship. We all think that right now. My question to you is that do you believe the Philadelphia 76ers can win the NBA championship this year?
I do, man. I really do. For real. Yeah, for real. We're so close, man. So close. I don't want to turn this into a fucking pep rally, but it was just...
Well,
too
late.
All right. But, man, we was so close, man. We was that close, and I feel like, we got better as a roster. I feel like we're deeper. We're about to get ready for training camp, so we really get to see, how we're going to gel and go through preseason. But, I mean, I really do feel like, we definitely have a chance, man. How many teams can really say that and really actually really mean it? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Hell yeah.
So you were backstage as Spike was inducting T.J. McConnell into the Process Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a thing that we asked T.J.
Okay.
And it was based on a long time ago in the podcast during the bad years when you were beating us by 30 and 40. Whatever team you were on, could have been UVA, honestly.
Right.
And it was like, just imagine Sixers in the playoffs. At this point, it was Tony Roten picking up at half court, slapping the hardwood.
Okay.
And getting ready to engage defense in the first round playoffs. And so Tony Roten, no longer with the team. T.J. McConnell promised us that he would do it.
He never did it.
And he never did it. Mm-hmm. I know slapping the hardwood is a Duke type of thing, but you have your pose. Your hands are awfully close to the ground during that pose. Could you give us one hardwood slap in a meaningful game and look cool doing it?
All right. It would have to be at the right, I had to hit like a crazy 3 or a dunk or some crazy push somebody or, all right.
Okay.
All right, okay. All right.
So before we ask you to say something that we want everyone to say, I wanted to tell everyone something that you're responsible for. So everyone in this room is going to get 2 tickets to the October 8th preseason game from this guy.
Hell yeah. Get your asses up. Get the fuck up. Right.
So I hate to do this. You got to go to Sixers.com/promo and enter the code RickyTix with an X. All one word. You have until midnight. Sixers.com/promo. Enter the code Ricky6. You got it?
Right, Ricky Tix.
Ricky Tix.
You said
T-I-X.
6 that time.
Ricky Tix. Ricky Tix with an X. Ricky Tix. I can. Sixers.com/promo. Code RickyTix.
Yeah, they say write it on the screen.
Because I don't know. They just told me.
HTTP.
Yeah. :
2 slashes.
So before we let you go and before we let you go back and take some pictures, a big thing is that a lot of people cover our events and they do not say the name of the fucking podcast. So we just want you to say rights to Ricky Sanchez.
Rights to Ricky Sanchez.
That's
what the
all.
fuck?
That's
No one
all.
said that? No one says it?
People think it's a weird name.
Rights to Ricky. I don't know. I don't feel like it's weird.
So they just say a lot of Sixers fans gathered for this random event.
Yeah.
But that's all we needed to hear.
Okay.
Man,
Plus the hardwood slap, and we're good.
we thank you.
Yes, sir.
I've lived in this city nearly my whole life. I've seen a lot of players come and go. I've never seen a player capture the hearts of fans as quickly as you have. That's a testament to you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody. God damn it. Y'all make sure y'all come out to the goddamn season, to the games, and all that shit. Make sure y'all cussing out and boo Jimmy Butler. Gotta boo him. That's my boy. That's my partner. Still gotta boo him, though.
Boo his ass.
You still got to boo his ass. You still got to boo him. So I appreciate y'all for real, man, from the bottom of my heart. All right, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Scott.
That's right.
So, thank you. As you know, the lottery party is gone, but we will plan something for the same time so we can all get together again. Boy, Brett Brown and Mike Scott were awesome.
Mike looks good in that jersey. That's a good-looking jersey.
He does. We have another jersey we're going to get him to sign. We're going to auction it off for our charities, the Providence Animal Center and Coded by Kids. This is wild, man. Time after time, year after year, you guys show out, and I thank you. Just thank you for doing it. Give yourselves a hand. It's
Thank you,
awesome.
guys. The lights just came on, and I just looked directly into the eyes of Lee Pavorsky. I just couldn't. I'm just staring at him.
I asked him not to wear a suit. He's wearing a fucking suit.
He's glowing. He's beautiful.
If you have a VIP ticket and you have a picture with Mike right afterwards, just go to the stage right. We'll line everybody up. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
We didn't do this last time. I'm sorry, Mike, in front of all these people. Are you down with TTP?
Yeah? You know. Lickface.
Say the name! Say the name! Say the name! We were right. We were right, so you were right. All alone, we were right. You were right, so you were right. We were right. You were right, so you were right. All alone, we were right. We were right. You were right, so you were right. Say the name! Say the name! Say the name, motherfucker, say the name! The right to Ricky Sanchez forever.